This is Charlie Mike, the podcast. Veterans helping veterans, talking about things happening in the veteran community, things we've experienced and overcome, such as addictions, PTSD, depression, legal trouble. And we also promote veteran-owned businesses. If you're talking about it, we're talking about it. This is Charlie Mike, the podcast.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Charlie Mike, the podcast. As always, I'm your host, Raul, and your co-host, William.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back. So much fun, man.
Man, I'm having a blast. I've been, we wanted to do like a little update episode, let everybody know that we've been working on a lot of things, man. Well, first and foremost, how was your week?
Man, it was good, brother. It's been amazing. Happy Thanksgiving to y'all out there. We wanted to come on and make sure we do one specifically on Thanksgiving in case you guys are bored and watching on Facebook. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
And you're stuffed and you're eating, or you just want to get away from the family.
Yeah,
we gotcha.
Yeah, we're definitely here. You know, I think it's important for us to being Charlie and Mike, the podcast, to be active on these holidays because there are folks out there that can be alone, and just know that you're not alone. We're here with you. We all go through our valleys, as one of our guests had said earlier. You're not alone. I've got your six. You know, that's what we're here to do, is find a way to Charlie Mike, find a way to spread the mission that continue.
Yes, definitely. Always continue the mission, Charlie Mike. You know, Will, man, y'all got any family traditions y'all do for Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Man, Thanksgiving is actually one of my favorite holidays.
What?
It's more than family. It's including, man, just the little things to be grateful for. One of the traditions that we have is we sit around the table and we all mention one thing that we're grateful for. You were there when I recorded the podcast for Tally, Tuesdays with Tally. I was on podcast, and he asked me one of the big things that highlighted that were important to me from the military, and I brought up Thanksgiving in 2017. You know, it was not that far ago, man.
Yeah.
And so 5 years ago, I had 20 soldiers at my house for Thanksgiving while I was at the 82nd, and it was fulfilling, man. I just saw a memory of that, bro. It's amazing.
That's what's up, and that's definitely my thing has always been family, man. You know, being around family. I always, regardless of where I was stationed in the United States, to try to get home for Thanksgiving. Tried. Sometimes it wasn't an option. But yeah, definitely. I just love being family. So when I made those trips in, I would come in and just, you know, it was about family, nothing else. I wasn't there to hang out. I wasn't just to spend time with the fam.
You know, that's definitely one thing that changed for me the longer I was in the military was I stopped trying to see everybody.
Yeah.
I stopped trying to see everybody. Like, no, I'm in town. You know that I'm in town. Like, you're welcome to come see me. I'm not going to travel even further to go see you when I just traveled 15, 20 hours to get here.
I know that's right.
I'm good.
I know that's right, man. With Charlie Mike, man, in the future, what are some things that you see? You know, because we got a lot of exciting news coming out.
Yeah, we do.
And you guys will slowly hear it, but we're not letting the cats out of the bag.
Yeah, I mean, it's the holiday season. It's the end of the quarter. There's a lot of business moves, we'll put it that way, being made. What I see Charlie Mike going is just doing more. You know, finding ways to round out the entire mission. Right? We sit here, we talk about Charlie Mike and what does it mean. We try to put that into action in our lives every single day. We try to make it folks aware of what Charlie Mike is. It's continue mission. It's knowing where you are. Doesn't mean that we're stuck here forever, right? There's ways to get better. So at Charlie Mike, trying to find ways to advertise that whether it be through the apparel side or whether it be through our podcast or even some of our future ventures that we'll get into. Uh, it's fun to talk about because we're thinking long term. Like how do we make this a movement? And it's not because of you and I, the guys behind the mic. It's not because of us at all. It's because of you out there watching. You guys have really inspired us and lit that fire under us because we hear your stories, we see your comments, we see your shares, we see your likes, and it's like this is bigger than all of us. This is bigger than just us two. It's how do we make sure that we're doing right by our people, by those of us that are invested in us, that are following us? How do we make sure that we're Charlie and Mike? How do we make sure that we continue and grow? And
We'll definitely continue to grow the mission, the purpose, the reason. It's an everyday thing, man.
Yeah.
You gotta wake up and push, man. Sometimes you're tired, you want to just get up and do the damn thing, so you do it. But one of the things is I'm excited about the future, bro. I think that our potential is the sky,
Mm.
and there's no limit to what we can accomplish, especially together. I feel like that, we it's just crazy to think that what we've gone through and what we've been through within the last year, where we're at now, where we'll be next year.
Yeah.
It's just it's the growth and the impact that you've had on this podcast, the apparel side, the future. Man, y'all, I'm just excited, bro.
Yeah, me too, man.
I'm definitely excited. I can't wait to
Make official announcements.
yeah.
Yeah. So again, that's the whole point of this podcast, is to help inspire others to continue mission in our way. And I really appreciate that. So I want to acknowledge that. I thank you. We say this in our private conversations. I really envision this a lot, but this past year has been me putting in the work, putting the money where my mouth is, really, and being able to show you that I see who I am, and I know that I bring value, and I want to make sure that I spark that into others as well. Like
you definitely do, man. Damn it, you do. You you make me want to do great things, and I don't mean that in what's the proper term? I was gonna say homosexual way, but I guess that's probably not the right way to say it.
Yeah, like loving relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, even in the military, we had that, right? We had those relationships with those guys, and it's like, bro, I just like no homo. I love you,
Yeah,
and has,
definitely.
but it's just like that bond that creates us. And we talk about that a lot, and a lot of the guests that we have come on. We lose that, right? We all lose that. We miss the camaraderie. It's one of the big things that everybody says they miss the most about being in, is the camaraderie. Is that there's a group of folks in there that are growing with you. And man, it took me years to find you, and here we are now, and I'm not gonna let you go, bro. I'll never let go.
Oh God, I just pictured the whole Rose and Jack thing
Yeah.
with Titanic. Man, with that, guys, there's one of the venues that we're gonna head off in is ventures. I said venues. Ventures we're gonna head off in is that we want to normalize sobriety. We want to normalize being clean. We want things of a lot of times when you think of veteran and veteran activities,
Yeah.
you think of drinking, you think of other things. And drinking has a lot to do with it's a drug, man.
Yeah.
It's a depressant. It has a lot to do with, okay, if you stop the drinking, I'm not lecturing anybody. You do as you do, but if it changes you,
Mm.
the clarity, the mindset, motivation, goals, everything, it becomes clearer, and you can make the path, man. You know,
Mhm.
you can see it. I've been on my mission for almost 3.5 years, and Will himself, I'm not gonna put his business out there, but
No, I talk about it.
he's been on his mission himself.
Yeah. Over a year now myself sober, from alcohol. Uh,
That is
it's
amazing, bro.
thanks, bro.
That's amazing. And why did you stop?
There's many reasons why I stopped, many of them, but I wanted to do more. I wanted to be better, truly. I knew where I was. I knew I needed to get focus and get clarity. Uh, I always had money for beer, always had money, drinking money, and I would make sure I always had that. And so that's kind of the things that it's like, man, it's not that shouldn't be my priority. But there's many things that we get addicted to. We get addicted to our phones, we get addicted to checking our emails, to checking our likes, chasing, and so I got to be conscious of that because we all have that addictive personality. We want that dopamine hit. We want
Yeah.
that serotonin, all the good things that we get, or all the positive emotions and side effects that we get from drugs and alcohol. We get too from socials. So for me, I just quit because I say it partially because of Raul too. I wanted to be around his circle. I saw what he was doing. I wanted to be, I love what he was doing with the podcast, having a message, and I wanted to get better. And I said, well, he's not gonna hang around me if he's drinking or if I'm drinking. So let me go ahead and cut that out too now. And it just kind of keep carrying it on. And there's a saying and then there's a hashtags out there, one day at a time, you know. And I posted it on Twitter recently that I was 1 year sober, and like the sober community just kind of really rallied. Like that was an amazing post because I had like over 100 likes, and I was like, again, we get addicted to the likes, but I don't have many followers on Twitter. I'm not active. But for me to just to post about being 1 year sober on Twitter and people found you because of that, and then they liked it, and then they shared it, and then they commented, and they were like, "Keep going, one at a time. You got this." And I was like, "Holy crap! This community is so powerful because they want to see you succeed."
They
And
they
I
do.
and I want to bring that feeling, that community to veteran too. Wherever you're at, like I want you to succeed. You don't understand. We've talked about it many times on the podcast. Like when you shine, I shine. But
Yeah.
I don't want to like I don't need you to shine the shine, but like being able to help you shine is like badass. It's like,
I feel that deeply.
we've said it like be so busy making other people successful that you become successful, or be so busy that making other people happy. That's what makes you happy. There's a lot of sayings out there, and I'm gonna misquote all of them, but man, it's addicting, man. That feeling of giving to others replaced everything else that I had of getting better, taking that gym selfie and posting it, getting that dopamine in the morning instead, just like, man, and little by little, just getting better. So for me, that was a big driver for me to get sober.
Man, that's amazing, man. The story in itself. Just to did you think a year ago? I mean, that you'd be no, let's say a year and a half ago.
No, no. My wife and I have always been sober curious, right?
Hmm.
I mean, being in the military, like that culture, we're like bred in that culture to drink. And then being Mexican, same thing,
Yeah.
We were just on a call
Yeah.
Sunday, and yeah, that was brought up, being Mexican too. And I was like, yeah, well, that's true.
We're not
Uh,
gonna name drop Vincent, Rocco.
yeah, uh, it was cool, man. It's a humbling thing, but for real, you think about your culture and how much it's advertised just in your face to drink, and how cool you are if you drink, and the colors and the way they attack you, and it's like, yeah, it is cool if I drink. But yes, 18 months ago, I wouldn't have never thought about it. My wife and I, we would go dry in January to start the new year, and then she just started drinking less and less, and I started drinking less and less often. And then it was Veterans Day, and I remember seeing a guy there. I don't know if you remember him, but he had spilt wine on his shirt, right? we were at the Impact the Hero Gala. He had spilled wine on his shirt, and he was still drinking, and he was still. And then I was just like, man, I don't want to be like that. And now that I think about it, talking about it, like, okay, that may have something to do with it too.
Yeah.
Where it was just the next day, I'm like, I don't want to feel like this. I want to be sober. I want to be clear. I want to be getting up early, and I have, man. I have every single day, and it's gotten easier to get up earlier in the morning, little by little. And what's up, 4 a.m. club? I'm at 4:45 right now, but it's like it's just getting up early. And even when I don't have my alarm, I get up at that time.
Yeah.
It's just that getting better, driving towards something. Like you get dopamine hits by chasing your dreams and chasing that goal more than if you actually accomplish it.
I agree with you 100%, man. When I started my sobriety and being clean, it was, of course, everyone knows my story. It was through the help of the great Kazorian. So I started it maybe because I had to, but I'm over all that, and I'm still on it, and I still believe in what I found was what I was missing, and that was everything that I thought alcohol was giving me. If that, I don't even know if that makes any sense.
No, yeah. I feel like the other thing too is it masks the things that you're like running from
Yeah.
or you're trying to chase, and now you got to face them head on. Something similar to that.
Yeah. That I think that's it, 100%, man. Because I wouldn't. A lot of things wouldn't be where they're at right now.
I love that story too, man.
People, places, things, man. It wouldn't be. It's just insane to think. I this Thanksgiving, I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful for, I went to court last week.
Yeah.
I went to court last week, and this is the first time that I ever stood in front of a judge. I wasn't scared because, well, I haven't done anything wrong in years that you know of. No, but when I stood in front of the judge, and the judge said to the DA, no, to the other attorney, it wasn't the
prosecutor.
The prosecutor. I want to let you know ahead of time, I'm a big fan of this young man. And I was like, oh shit. And that hit different, man. It hit different. And I was just
because it wasn't that long ago where they didn't know you besides your rap sheet,
right? Yeah, it was different because just to hear those words, we got done with that, and that's over with. It's done. It's settled. It's final. I got in the car. Actually, when I left the building, man, I kind of just sat back and I was like, what the hell just happened? Things kind of just hit, man. And I think I drove back from Angleton with a big ass smile on my face, just like, dude, that judge said that she was a fan.
and I saw him right after this, and I can attest this guy was on cloud nine.
It's just insane to think. Like, I know you, but it wasn't from mugshots. It wasn't from Facebook mugshots. It wasn't from, you know what I'm saying? It was for doing good in the community and spreading the message of continue with the mission and sobriety and being clean and besides being grateful for you, my family, I speak highly of Ricky Cruz, man, because that dude is my man. He, he's very strong and passionate about the recovery community, and that podcast is coming back, and it's gonna be a hoot. Do people still say that? Or do people ever say that? Yeah. So shout out to Ricky Cruz and his family. I hope everybody's having a great Thanksgiving.
And I say this a lot too because there's a lot of parallels between veterans and addicts or folks trying to get sober too. Or that community is veterans. I'll be there for you, right? I'll be there for you, and I've got your back, and I'm going to support you in any way I can. And the sober community is the same way, and we can relate because we all have our own demons, right? On the veteran side, ours can often be a little more um, inflicted because of trauma and war. But guess what? On the sober side, on the addict side, it's the same way.
It is.
We're dealing with some of the same issues. That old past, that drama, that the trauma, the stuff that we're trying to get away from and run from, and we're self-soothing, and it's not working the way we're doing it. But what I really love about both those communities, the veterans and the sober community, the addicts, it's the triumph over, right? You don't focus on where you were in the past. You focus on, okay, how do I get better? And when we do that together, and it's amazing to see what these people can do. Like you said, where you were 4 years ago to where you are now is an amazing story. And I like sharing that too, because it's part of my story. Because of him being so successful, being where he is now, it's helped me get to where I am now. And then to hear someone like Ricky Cruz and where he's been and what he's doing now, we're at his place, and it's like, man, that is one cool dude. And to imagine the stuff that he's went through and the trauma that he's going through, and still being able to be a pillar in the community, it's like it's given us like validation and okay to go do the same thing.
Yes.
Like go do it your way, and just go out in blaze of glory. Really, like, let's just do it big,
man. And that's what we're doing. Oh man. So again, man, we wanted to come on really quick and just say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Of course, our families, your family, we're family. Just stay tuned, guys. This journey is far from over.
Yeah.
And the way I see it, it's just getting started, bro.
That's right.
It is just getting started.
It is.
And I am beyond excited that you are along for the ride, brother.
Me too, man. And again, to echo it, happy Thanksgiving. We really appreciate you guys tuning in with us. We wanted to come on because it's important for us to make sure that we're active, because we're not always active on socials. But if you comment, I promise you we'll comment back. If you share it, we see it. But we'll get better at that. There's a lot going on big picture, but we want you to know. I know we missed last week, but the next few episodes we have
are pretty awesome.
They're pretty awesome. Yeah. They're really good. So next week we'll have Jeff Picard from the Waste Project. He's giving us an update on what happened, because we had him on before the season of training and now. And so I'm really excited because he's such a good dude, man. He's got a phenomenal story.
He definitely does, man.
And I'm thinking, like, man, when is his book coming out so I can go get that?
Shoot, man. There's a lot of people I wish they would write a book, man. Yeah. I would read that. I would shit. I'd read that. I'd watch the movie.
Yeah. So he's coming up next in the shoot, and then we have a couple of guests lined up after that too. Again, if you're interested in coming on, or if you know somebody who would be a great guest, get at me, William at charliemikethepodcast.com. William at charliemikethepodcast.com. We really appreciate you guys tuning in, man. It's because of you and your support while we're able to do this. Again, this platform isn't just for us to do what it is we want to do, is to hear you share your stories, because you matter.
That's it. And just to piggyback off what William said, you guys be sure to follow my man on all his social media platforms. Be sure to check him out on Facebook, IG, and TikTok at what?
WGARAYJR. It's William. It's W. Garay Jr. All my handles everywhere. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys.
Be sure social media for his motivation videos and his shit. Yeah, motherfucker's just inspiring, bro.
My hat collection.
Yeah, oh yeah, that too. It's on point. So you guys be sure to check that out. And as always, man, Christmas is coming. So be sure to check out CharlieMikeMilitaryApparel.com. If you are a first responder or veteran, be sure to use your GovX account. If you aren't, use the code Charlie Mike. We're gonna extend that for the rest of December.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So use the code Charlie Mike for free shipping. And shipping is expensive, y'all. Don't think we're making money on
it's-
shipping.
Yeah, Amazon has spoiled us because we expect it overnight, but not every company is Amazon.
Yeah. Or does free shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's pricey. With that, you guys, be sure to have a happy Thanksgiving. Be sure to tell your family you love them. Be sure to cherish the moments. Live for the moment. Live for the day. You still have your parents around. Be sure to tell them that you love them. Your family, your kids, hug everyone tight.
Yep.
Because things can change at a moment. Just you never want the I should have done this.
Mm.
So speak your mind. I love you all you guys, and love you, bro.
Love you too, man.
Now let's go eat some turkey.
Yeah.
Charlie Mike.